the consequences of finding that the impeachment has been quashed is that Kindiki should have vacated. I don't know where they got that from. That's why you're calling it judicial nonsense.
But you are not pursuing that in the court. You said
we are going to the Court of Appeal.
To go back to office.
We are going to the Court of Appeal. You've heard how the court has grossed over the other petitions and just dealt with one petition for His Excellency Rigathi and ended up with judicial nonsense and judicial absurdity. We cannot agree to that.
Senator Mans, Harrison.
Yes. Look, we had a bit. You want to finish?
Yeah, no.
Finish.
No. Go on.
You see.
Please.
Just finish.
Come in.
When a breach has been found and cleared that the proceedings had a problem, when a right has been breached and when you have not been given a right to be heard, that's a very cardinal issue. And therefore, my position is that, it should have been annulled. And that's the conclusion automatically. Because you have not been accorded an opportunity to be heard. And therefore, it can only be annulled. You can only say that, the court did not arrive at the right decision. We should have automatically had Rigathi Gachagua reinstated.
Okay. There's 50 million shillings on the table for the client that all of you probably represent. Are you going to take it? Are you going to advise your client to take them?
Well, we have to go to the Court of Appeal and discuss all the pending matters, all the issues. The right to be heard is very important. And therefore, the breach is definitely greater than what it is and what has been awarded.
Perhaps very briefly, Harrison, you wanted this judgment arrested. Very briefly, why?
Yes, what a contradiction. You have heard these judges say, Honorable Gachagua, your right was impinged. It was infringed by the Senate. I'm fining 50 million upon the Senate because of infringing your right to be heard. Excuse me? We filed a petition and asked them, make a finding that Article 145(1) and 2 of the Constitution was breached. What does it say? It says that all the members of the National Assembly must be present. All. Now, this judiciary, they found out, mamma mia, the whole impeachment process will collapse because the Banisa people did not have a member of the National Assembly. The Guasi people, Suba South, today, they didn't have a member of the National Assembly. You know why? And he pointed out that someone elected to go to the executive and left their constituents totally without representation. I'm talking about Mbadi.
John was a nominated member of parliament, just to correct you.
Yes. And you didn't have a member of National Assembly for Magarini. You also didn't have a member of National Assembly for Banisa I mentioned. Right. Now, these people did not vote. The Constitution demands, and I challenge you, what Constitution were they reading? I challenge you, if you have a Constitution, have a look at Article 145, Subarticle 1. It is all the members of the National Assembly, all. So they suppressed the hearing of my petition, and they have no shame saying that Honorable Gachagua's right to be heard was suppressed. The Court of Appeal certified the application that we filed as urgent. Now, the Court of Appeal has to constitute a bench. It doesn't take 2 minutes or 3 minutes. They know, but they acted blind to it. And the question is now, what have they done in excluding one of the petitions that bore the weight of these very same issues?
All right, Harrison, you've made your points. Well, of course, we'll be following at the Court of Appeal. Allow us to speak to counsel for the respondents as well, so that you tell us. All right.
Kenyan people ought to know. That the motion. No, hold on. Let me finish because you never gave me another. The motion that was tabled by Honorable Mutuse was dead on arrival. This is what the judiciary saw. This is what these judges saw. What do we mean? Standing Order number 64, Substanding Order number 5 says that if you withdraw the signature, any member of the National Assembly withdraw the signature, that motion dies at that point. There was nothing to take to the Senate. There was nothing to resolve upon. There was nothing to impeach Gachagua. Let's be real. Let's be serious in this country. That standing order says there was no motion to debate. Honorable Mutuse knows that. He did not address that in my case. None of the people addressed that in my case. So the question is now, did the Speaker of the National Assembly know? Yes. Did these judges know? Yes. Why is it they have avoided consistently this particular petition? It is because they know. Sorry, my phone. Sorry, David. They know.
Point made. Harrison Kinyanjui. Wakili Harrison. Let's now hear from